Hello, I'm Pam of Healing Stars, and this is a brief overview of the week ahead. So it's the 30th of June up until the morning of midnight, rather, of the end of 6th of July. Welcome, July. Now, this week is important for two very important things. The first, the main news, the biggest headline, is that the planet Mercury will finally be moving forward. And that's going to happen on the 1st of July. Now, Mercury's been retrograde for 3 weeks since the 7th of June. Retrograde is always the time of going within, of reviewing. I did a whole hour-long webinar on this, a video that you can watch. Just email me and I'll give you the link. This is a time of reviewing, communication. And I certainly have been doing that with my newsletter, with my website, and it's still work in progress. And that may be true for you. What messages are you giving out to the world? How can you improve your communication and also your listening skills? Because Mercury is in its own sign at the moment of Gemini, let's have a look at it. It's down here, 24 degrees in this golden sector on the diagram below, the chart below. You can see it's starting off the week very beautifully, connected to the North Node in Libra and the South Node in Aries. These 2 points are very much to do with destiny, past lives, or talents that we've got, but places we're meant to move ahead and let go at the same time. And because Mercury is the messenger, it's a very auspicious link that's happening here with these 2 parts of the zodiac. That's one thing. The second most important theme of the week is the Sun in Cancer, and of course it's now, we had the new moon last week. Here's the Sun at 8 degrees of Cancer, and it's forming an opposition to the planet Pluto in Capricorn. This is not happening on Monday. It will actually be happening on the 4th of July, interestingly enough, Independence Day in the States. Pluto is all about power. It's plutocracy. In Capricorn, it's about institutions, banking, business. The Sun is highlighting. Whatever the Sun does, it brings awareness, it brings consciousness, it brings the light to whatever it's looking at. And an opposition means we're looking at Pluto this week for all of us, not just Cancerians or Capricorns, but then especially if you are that sign, you might notice a power struggle going on maybe in your life at the moment. Cardinal signs, that means Cancer, Libra, Capricorn and Aries, have been really strong this year because we had the Grand Cardinal Cross in April. And the Sun is now moving into a position that is reactivating that particular formation. So as the Sun moves through Cancer, it will in turn oppose Pluto, and also it will make a right angle to Uranus, the planet of radical change. But this week we're looking at Pluto. This is our own personal power. This is the 3rd chakra in our body, which is in fact the Sun's natural place. So to reassert your power this week, not in an aggressive way, that's not the true sense of power, but a true sense of you are the author, the authority in your life. I'd like to remind you that Pluto in Capricorn is in the sign belonging to Saturn in Scorpio, and likewise Saturn in Scorpio is in Pluto's sign. There's an ongoing exchange of energy between these 2 planets. They are in what we call a sextile relationship. It's a little wide, but I'm going to count it in. So if you get your foundations right this week, you can have a really good, solid move forward through the month. Venus for Geminis, it's a lucky time for Geminis because Venus is in Gemini alongside Mercury, their ruling planet. Fabulous. Venus is all about relationship. Notice we start the week with Venus in Gemini, and it's making a right angle rather to Neptune over here in Pisces, if you can see that in the purple or the violet sector. Now Neptune and Venus are very affiliated. Venus is human love, relationships. Neptune is the higher, compassionate, universal love. So there could be a tension at this time, starting the week. Venus moves fairly fast. It goes through a sign roughly about 3-4 weeks. Neptune is taking a long time to go through Pisces. Note I'm slowing my voice down. It's about 13 years. So Venus is going to catch up with Neptune every year in this particular position. And it doesn't last very long. It's only a couple of days. But you may feel disappointments. You may be feeling heartbreak at this time, because that's what Venus is, love after all. And maybe you put great store by something, especially if you are a Pisces. Pisces is known as a sign to do with healing, but also can be about sacrifice. It could be about being a martyr, and definitely having high expectations of others. The Sun has just passed on Sunday a trine, a flow. Notice the flow of energy, the blue lines in this chart with Neptune, highlighting this, maybe bringing it to your attention. Notice the flow of energy in this chart. Blue represents that flow. It's an affiliation of elements. So at the moment we have Mercury and Venus in the sign of Gemini, an air sign. Mars is in Libra, another air sign. And then those two are connected. And then Neptune in Pisces, a water sign, along with Chiron. The Sun is now in a water sign, along with Jupiter. And Saturn, of course, I say of course because it's been there for 2 years, is up there in Scorpio. Underlying the whole month ahead, I know I'm talking about the week, the whole month, is this wonderful trine of Saturn and Chiron. That's big opportunities for healing, especially feelings of being left out, disconnected, alone. That's Neptune in Pisces, feeling like, yeah, there's no one there. You know, I've been forsaken, I'm lost, overwhelmed. And I can help you very much on that, because that's my speciality, is like healing your heart, soul coaching. The other formation that's going on at this time is also a tricky one. And it's tricky because it's awkward. Uranus is in the fire sign of Aries. Uranus wants the future. It wants innovation. It wants excitement. It's a pioneer sign after all, Aries. And it's this, you can see that green dotted line up to Saturn in Scorpio. So there's a tension there, an uncomfortable energy of air, of fire rather, in Aries, and water signs, Scorpio. And we all know what water and fire represent: steam, hot air. Of course, water can put out fire. Saturn is the past. So there's a conflict going on throughout this whole week of the past, letting go of the past. Water signs, Scorpio is a fixed sign, so it's difficult. I have it, my sign. You know, let's let go of things that aren't working. Let's move, although it's awkward, into something new and innovative. I am doing that. I do walk my talk as best I can by revising my website and seeing what is it I'm really offering people. And I'd like you to think about that yourself in your own life. The other energy that will happen is the moon. Let's not forget the moon. It's very important. Now, the sign is in Cancer. It's governed by the moon, an emotional month always. The moon starts the week in Leo, fire sign. It's in an awkward position, that same tension that I just described about Saturn and Uranus, with Neptune. Again, sensitive Neptune, fiery moon. You know, it's a difficult combination again. It's the same combination of air, fire. I keep saying air. Fire is Leo and water is Neptune. But the moon moves fast. It moves through the week, through the sign of Leo, then Virgo, then Libra. The most important aspects or connections the moon makes will be oppositions and what we call conjunctions. It will oppose Neptune when it gets to Virgo. And that's interesting because Virgo is all about healing. It's an earth sign. Earth and water actually go very well together, but that could be a difficulty. You might feel that if you're sensitive to energy. That's on the 2nd of July. If you're Pisces, you're Virgo, Virgo's perfectionism, you can be caught in that, procrastination, but also it's good for detail. The moon then on the 5th this week, which of course is Saturday, the moon will then, just after the sun is opposite Pluto, will be the first quarter moon. The moon is becoming visible this week, and that's a good thing. It means we're getting more awareness of energy because the moon reflects the light of the sun. On the 5th, the moon's having a ball. It's going to be opposite Uranus. Just see if I can move the chart forward to show you all. This is 5th. That's right. It's what? It's a quick one, too quick. Okay, this is set for midnight. So this is Sunday morning. You can see there's that Pluto Sun opposition there. Still very, very powerful. See that red line going on there. And here's the moon in Libra. So as it moves through, this is Saturday morning. I think I said Sunday. I mean Saturday morning. As it moves through the day and into the night, it will connect up with Mars. Now, the moon and Mars do not get along, that's for sure. So conflict, being aware of tension around you, being aware of not caught in a power struggle. However, that moon will also, as it moves towards Mars, first of all, make a very good connection to Venus. That's really positive. So we get a flow of energy to Venus, being able to communicate our feelings. And then hopefully then we can result in something that is a positive outcome when the moon joins that Mars. So it's a very tricky day. It will be the 6th actually that occurs. Let's put the occurs here. You see it. There you are. Early Sunday morning. This is set for the UK. Moon and Mars come together. We're lucky in the UK. That is, in fact, during our night time. You might not even notice it. States, you'll notice that it'll be your daytime. So that's the week so far. It's a powerful week to reclaim power. That's what Pluto wants for us. Not to be projecting Pluto out into the world of, the people with power or the people with money, and keeping yourself small. So it's to expand the sun's consciousness in that beautiful sign of Cancer. Thank you for listening. I'm Pam Carruthers of Healing Stars.